Do you ever pause and wonder what kind of heart, what kind of soul are we shaping in our children? How do the seeds we plant today grow into the character, faith, and confidence they will carry tomorrow? If you are watching this, it means you care. You care about more than just routines or surface achievements. You care about nurturing hearts that are brave, sincere, and rooted in truth. And that care, that intention, is the first step toward raising confident, righteous children in Islam. Let us take a moment, just a breath, to reflect. Imagine your child in 10 years. What kind of faith do you hope they carry? What values do you hope guide their decisions, their words, their thoughts? Do you hope they will stand firm in kindness, even when it is hard, or speak truth even when it is uncomfortable? These are not small hopes. They are the essence of the work we are doing as parents, as mentors, as guardians of the next generation. Confidence and righteousness are not just traits we teach with words. They are cultivated through presence, through intention, through the quiet, consistent alignment of our own lives with the principles we hope our children will adopt. Children are mirrors. They absorb what we embody far more than what we instruct. So, before we guide them, we must ask ourselves, how aligned are we with the values we wish to instill? Are our hearts patient? Are our words gentle? Are our actions intentional? Let us begin with the foundational love and safety. A child's sense of security is the soil in which confidence grows. When a child feels deeply seen, deeply heard, deeply loved, not conditionally, but wholly, they learn that the world is a place where they can stand tall. They learn that they are worthy of dignity, respect, and compassion. And from that sense of security, courage begins to flourish. Ask yourself, even now, am I creating spaces where my child's heart can feel safe? Can they express themselves freely without fear of judgment? But love is not only comfort. True love also guides. It sets boundaries, not as restrictions, but as gentle guardrails that steer children toward goodness. Think of the balance between freedom and structure. Children need to explore, to make mistakes, to test limits, but they also need anchors, reminders, and compassionate guidance. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us this balance. His example shows us that firmness in principle, paired with mercy in delivery, nurtures both confidence and righteousness. Consider the power of language. The words we choose are like seeds. If we speak only in criticism or reprimand, we may inadvertently sow doubt and fear. But when we speak with encouragement, with clarity, with gentle correction, we plant seeds of resilience. You can try again. I trust your judgment. It's okay to make mistakes. These phrases are small, yet they shape how a child perceives themselves. They internalize the belief that their efforts matter, that their character is worthy, and that their actions can align with what is right. Righteousness is not only about knowing what is right, it is about practicing it consistently. And for children, practice is learned most effectively through modeling. They watch us in moments of stress, in moments of joy, in moments of everyday choices. Do we show patience when others provoke us? Do we display honesty even when it is difficult? Do we extend kindness when it is inconvenient? These moments teach more profoundly than any lesson we might give. So reflect inwardly, what example am I setting today? Which of my actions will my children internalize as the standard of living a righteous life? Spiritual connection is another cornerstone. Children who feel connected to Allah, who understand that their worth and purpose are derived from the divine, carry an inner strength that is unshakable. How do we nurture that connection? Through prayer, through storytelling, through reflection, through showing them the beauty of submission and gratitude. It is not about perfection, it is about sincerity. Encourage them to speak to Allah in their own words, to ask, to thank, to reflect. Let them see your own heart engaged in this dialogue, so they understand that spirituality is not an obligation. It is a source of empowerment, comfort, and guidance. Self-awareness is equally vital. Help your child recognize their emotions, their thoughts, their strengths, and their challenges. Confidence flourishes when a child understands themselves deeply. It is rooted not in arrogance, but in clarities, the understanding that they are capable, that they are unique, that their contributions matter. Teach them to pause, to reflect, to make choices consciously rather than reactively. When they learn to navigate their inner world, they gain mastery over the outer world as well. And what of resilience? Every child will face trials. Every child will encounter moments that shake their confidence. Here, our role is not to shield them from difficulty, but to guide them through it. Help them see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and mistakes as pathways to growth. Remind them that Allah's mercy and wisdom encompass even the most difficult moments, and that true strength is forged in patience and perseverance. Community, too, plays an integral role. Surrounding our children with positive, righteous influences reinforces the lessons we teach at home. Encourage friendships and mentorships that uplift environments that nourish faith, integrity, and curiosity. Just as we curate their spiritual and emotional diet, we must be intentional about the people who shape their worldview. Finally, remember the role of gratitude and humility. Teach your children to appreciate the blessings around them, to acknowledge their limits, and to seek help when needed. Confidence does not thrive in isolation. It is strengthened by humility and reflection. A child who is grateful, who recognizes the gifts in their life, who understands the interconnection of all beings under Allah's care, becomes not only self-assured, but also compassionate, morally grounded, and wise. As we pause here, let us reflect together. Are we planting seeds with our actions, our words, our intentions? Are we cultivating a garden of heart and soul in which our children can grow confidently, righteously, and spiritually aware? Remember, every gentle reminder, every conscious choice, every reflection you hold within yourself is shaping the next generation in ways that echo beyond your imagination. Take a deep breath. Let the intention settle within you. The journey of raising a child is not a series of tasks to complete. It is a profound, sacred opportunity to cultivate light, character, and faith. And that journey begins always with your own heart. Now, let us continue this journey gently with intention. If the first section was about the foundation, love, safety, modeling faith and integrity, then this part is about nurturing growth, resilience, and purpose. It is where confidence transforms into courage and righteousness becomes a living, breathing practice. Children learn through observation more than instruction, but they also thrive when their experiences are intentional. Every routine, every interaction, every story you share shapes their understanding of who they are and who they can become. Ask yourself, are these experiences aligned with the values I wish to instill? Are they rich in meaning, in love, in reflection, even small choices? A family discussion about gratitude, a story illustrating moral courage, a quiet moment of prayer together carry immense power. Encouragement is the quiet engine of growth. A child who feels capable will try, explore, and dare to fail. And from failure comes learning, resilience, and confidence. But encouragement must be specific and heartfelt, rather than general praise. Focus on their effort, their intention, and their sincerity. Oh, I saw how patient you were with your brother today. You thought carefully before making that decision. I admire how you kept your promise. This nurtures self-awareness, self-respect, and an understanding that virtue is recognized and valued. Teach them the beauty of reflection. Encourage children to pause and ask themselves, how did I act today? Did my actions align with what is right? What can I improve? Reflection cultivates consciousness, and consciousness cultivates moral and spiritual strength. It is a skill that will guide them throughout life, far beyond childhood. This inner dialogue, framed in kindness rather than self-criticism, allows them to navigate challenges with clarity and purpose. Confidence rooted in righteousness is different from worldly arrogance. It is quiet, steady, and self-assured because it is anchored in values and divine guidance. Children who understand this distinction can navigate life without the fear of judgment or comparison. They are not seeking validation. They are seeking truth, integrity, and alignment with their purpose. Help them see that their worth is not determined by external accolades, but by their effort to live with sincerity, kindness, and responsibility. Decision-making is a practice of empowerment. Allow your children to make choices within boundaries and guide them to reflect on the consequences. Teach them that every decision has ethical and spiritual dimensions. Encourage them to consider, how does this choice reflect honesty, compassion, justice, and humility? How does it honor Allah? And how does it serve others? Decision-making is not just practical. It is a spiritual exercise, a rehearsal for a life of purpose and discernment. Consistency and discipline are also pillars of confident growth. Children thrive when they know what to expect, when routines reinforce values, and when they experience the gentle rhythm of intention. Prayer, reflection, learning, and family rituals are not burdens. They are scaffolds that strengthen character, instill responsibility, and cultivate a sense of accomplishment. When children see structures as a tool rather than a restriction, discipline becomes empowering rather than oppressive. Let us speak now of humility and empathy. Confidence without empathy can become pride. Righteousness without humility can become rigidity. Encourage children to listen, to observe, to understand perspectives other than their own. Guide them to serve others, to recognize their blessings, and to act with compassion. When confidence is intertwined with humility, children grow into leaders who uplift, not dominate. They develop a moral compass that guides their decisions, friendships, and ambitions with integrity. Spiritual literacy is another crucial element. Children need to know not only how to read scripture or pray, but how to internalize it, reflect on it, and live it. Share stories of the prophets, of righteous companions, of people who exemplify courage, patience, and steadfast faith. Ask reflective questions. What can we learn from this story? How would I act in a similar situation? Let them feel that spirituality is not a set of obligations. It is a living source of strength, inspiration, and guidance. Let us remember the power of modeling forgiveness and mercy. Children absorb our emotional patterns like sponges. When we forgive, when we show compassion, when we acknowledge mistakes without harshness, we teach them resilience, responsibility, and emotional intelligence. This does not mean shielding them from consequences, but guiding them through understanding and repair, showing them that growth often comes from introspection and correction rather than punishment alone. Encourage curiosity and creativity. Confidence flourishes when children feel free to explore their talents, interests, and questions. Engage with their curiosity with openness rather than judgment. Let them ask, investigate, and imagine. Praise their creativity as a reflection of their unique potential. Every act of learning and discovery reinforces the understanding that they are capable, resourceful, and connected to a world that values their contributions. Let us also nurture gratitude and mindfulness. Teach children to pause and appreciate their surroundings, to acknowledge their blessings, and to remain aware of Allah's presence in every moment. Mindfulness encourages presence, reflection, and emotional regulation. Gratitude softens the heart, increases resilience, and allows children to navigate life with contentment and clarity. These practices are small, daily steps that anchor children spiritually and emotionally, laying the groundwork for lifelong well-being. Conflict resolution is another opportunity to cultivate righteousness and confidence. Children will face disagreements, misunderstandings, and frustrations. Guide them to respond with patience, active listening, and fairness. Teach them that their voice matters, but so do the feelings and rights of others. When conflict becomes a lesson in empathy, courage, and moral reasoning, it strengthens character more profoundly than any avoidance or suppression of tension ever could. As we approach the culmination of this reflection, let us return to intention. Every action, every word, every moment spent with our children is a chance to plant seeds of faith, courage, and moral clarity. Reflect, are our intentions aligned with what we hope our children will become? Are we nurturing them with presence, patience, and prayerful guidance? Remember, the heart of parenting is not perfection. It is intention, consistency, and love. Raising confident, righteous children in Islam is a sacred responsibility. It is both an art and a spiritual practice. It requires awareness, patience, compassion, and the willingness to reflect on ourselves as deeply as we guide them. When we nurture children with intention, they carry forward a legacy of faith, integrity, and courage that transcends generations. So, take a moment, breathe, and reaffirm your commitment. Not to perfection, but to presence. Commit to seeing your children, hearing them, guiding them, and growing alongside them. Let your home be a sanctuary of love, reflection, and purpose. Let your words be seeds of wisdom, your actions a living example, and your heart a safe harbor for their confidence and righteousness to flourish. As you go forward, remember every day, every conversation, Every moment with your child is an opportunity to shape their character, their faith, and their confidence. And in doing so, you are not only raising children, you are raising future humans capable of kindness, courage, and integrity. And finally, know this all honors the intention of a parent striving to nurture goodness in the next generation. The small, consistent efforts, the prayers whispered in the quiet of night, the patience in moments of frustration, the reflection in moments of joy, they are all recorded, all valued, all multiplied in ways we may never fully see. This is the sacred beauty of raising children with love, purpose, and righteousness. Take these words into your heart, carry them into your daily life, and know that transformation is possible for you, for your children, for the world they will one day shape. Start today in small steps with gentle intention and unwavering love. Let your home, your words, your presence become the fertile ground where confident, righteous hearts take root and bloom. May your efforts be guided, your heart be patient, and your children grow in faith, courage, and integrity. Share this message, nurture these principles, and subscribe for more reflections that help you live intentionally, raise purpose-driven children, and cultivate a life aligned with your highest values.